Hello, everybody. Booker Player 1 here. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Deadly Premonition. Having had a not great lunch of either turkey sandwiches with peanut butter or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with mustard. I don't know what the mix-up was. We're going to go talk to Nick. See what he has to say for himself. He is... No? Oh, okay. I think he's in the back. Like the back. Oh, that's where the keys were at. We can sleep in there if we want to. There he is. He has a side quest for us.
Hey, Nick.
Happy that you've got your man? No. I'm not your man. I'm just a suspect.
Nick.
I didn't do it.
Actually, I believe you. But until we catch the real murderer, you're going to remain a prime suspect.
What's gonna happen to me then? Never mind. I'm more worried about Olivia. How's she doing? Come on, say something.
I can't tell you anything.
If that's the case. Could you hand her a letter? Please? Agent...
You don't mind me inspecting it first?
Oh, that's fine.
Only this once, Nick.
Thank you. Thanks. Tell her I'm sorry, will you?
Nick, you need to do that, not me.
I feel like York has a point there. Not much to this side quest. We are going to go outside and use the radio to go to his house. Which is why many videos ago I had recommended peeking in on his house. Even though we don't... This is like the first time we actually have a chance to go inside of it and actually accomplish anything. Otherwise, once again, you're doing a whole lot of driving. Which isn't terrible. We have York's car. It wouldn't be a very long drive. There's Nick's house. Let's go see what the missus has to say. Ooh, an onion. And some agent on her. All right, Olivia.
What's this?
Nick asked me to give it to you. It's a letter. From him to you.
Nick wrote this? For me? Olivia, I'm sorry for all the trouble I am causing you.
I'm writing this letter because I need to tell you some things. First, I'm sorry about meeting with Diane without telling you. My actions were irresponsible and may have caused you to misunderstand. But I swear to God I was not cheating on you, and I didn't kill Diane. That's what I wanted to tell you. As I sit here in this cell, all I can think about is you. Don't worry about keeping the diner open, okay? Try to eat well, too. I had thought that this happiness we had would just go on forever. I've always been grateful to you, but I've never told you, have I? I used to think that putting it into words made it sound cheap. But at times like these, words are all we need. Thank you for everything. Once I get home, I'll make it up to you. Take care of yourself. I love you. Nick.
Agent, could you wait a moment, please? I want to write a reply.
Sure. Go ahead.
Thank you.
And she gives us a letter to take back to him.
Zach, I hope Nick will feel better by this.
And we get the standard end one side quest. Start new side quest. Which, this is more of the same. We're just gonna go outside and warp back to the sheriff's department. So I will just meet you guys there. Alright. Let's go back down and give Nick his letter. There is a tangible reward after we do this, aside from just completing the side quest, moving towards 100% completion.
Huh?
Huh?
It's a letter from Olivia.
From Olivia? What the? I wrote so much. More than I'd ever actually say. A lot more than this. And she writes me only 3 lines back.
Not enough for you?
Oh, no, it's more than enough.
She wrote as much as she could. That's the best she could do right now.
Yeah. 3 powerful lines. I believe in you. I'll wait for you. I'm sorry. I don't agree with the last one, though. I'm the one who has to apologize.
Do you feel a little better now, then? Just wait until the case is finished. I promise this will all come to an end.
Yeah. I know, I believe you. She's believing in me, too. And waiting for me.
Well, I have to be going.
Hold on a minute.
Not sure why this guy got to keep his keys, but alright.
What's this?
The key to the back door of the diner. There's a big bag in the kitchen. I don't know if you could use it, but consider it yours. You'll have to help yourself to it, of course. I can't exactly go with you.
Okay. I'll take this and I'll go check it out. Looks like a return to better things for those two, eh, Zach?
Big bag. There's a small part of my brain that will forever be 13 and find certain things like that funny. Do we have any more AI-generated posters back here? No, we can't really read these. Pickering Cout? I don't know what that says. Nothing's gonna beat the signs in the hospital and the ones in the milk barn. Those are pretty much my favorites. Somebody had to have slapped those together who, like, either didn't speak English or just thought, like, surely no one's gonna stop and read these. I'll stop and read them. So we're gonna step outside and use the radio to go to the diner and pick up the bag. Which, specifically, it is an item bag. Much like we have the big weapons bag, we get a bag that lets us carry more items, more food and heals and stuff. Yep, closed up tight. We can slip on back here now, though. I'm also gonna say having due to like just various circumstances, like jobs I've had and people I've known. That's not the bag. That's the bag.
Nick was like, if you could use it. But, Zach, this is great. We'll be able to carry more items now, Zach.
That's what it does. As I was saying though, like I've been in places like restaurants and stores and stuff like after they're closed up, and there is something just the littlest bit creepy and unsettling about being in a place like when it's non-operational, especially if like you don't work there. Like, you know, like if you show up to a place like this, like and you're waiting for like your buddy or like your wife or something to close up, and it's just quiet, there's nothing going on. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. The front door is locked, by the way. You cannot. It is locked. They thought of everything. You have to leave back out the way you came. And at this point, there isn't really much else for us to do other than close the chapter out. And that's going to be the same thing we did last time we had a chapter like this, which is just going back to the hotel and going over the case as we know it so far. Which things have taken a drastic turn for the worse. We showed up to investigate one murder, and now we're investigating 3. Not exactly a great batting average, but you know, we're bound to get him sooner or later, right? Right? Right. Use the old trusty dusty radio to head back to the hotel. And we play another round of questions.
Zach, let's go over our progress. From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
All right, here. The answer is, of course, it was right after the crime.
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close by. It was someone near the scene. There are 2 possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
And of course, the other person in the gallery was Kaysen.
That's right, Kaysen. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Kaysen's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The 2 were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement. Now, what did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
He heard boots.
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
I love these faces that York is making in our option photos.
too.
The answer is no, by the way.
Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly, and baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child. I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes, so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember? Our conversation with Emily. She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Thomas! Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there. Come on, please! Thomas! 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 Thomas!
Well, it seems like there's more going on behind the scenes than we might know. But we'll be exploring that in the future. That brings us to an end of the chapter and the video. I'm enjoying making them. Hope you're enjoying watching them. Until the next one, everybody, stay safe.